Someone please tell me, which has been a trend throughout my whole pregnancy. I'm out of breath. The most annoying ones are like the commercial ones. Why are you trying to talk to me? My boobs were leaking. Break in half, which sounds so bad. I think my stretch marks are cute, honestly. Yeah, I've gained like... Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm just having a sit down chill like FaceTime with my friends, and I'm gonna be sharing everything of my second trimester, which is so crazy to think that I am entering the third trimester in like 2 days, which I know you watch any video and they're like, I can't believe that I'm already filming this video, but it's like true. Like, how the heck am I about to be in my third trimester? Someone please tell me. I don't understand. But if you are new here, my name's Chanel. We are having a baby girl and I am due in January, so literally only like 2.5, 3 months left, which is so crazy. But I'm so ready. Well, clearly I'm not ready. I'm in her nursery right now. We are getting ready to paint either tonight or tomorrow, so it's very exciting, and I just thought it would be befitting to film this video in her nursery. But before we get started, yes, I have my sweatshirt on backwards. I put this on because I wanted to film in it, but then me and baby girl got hungry. We wanted a grilled cheese with tomato soup, and I got tomato soup on the front of it. So I just turned it around because I didn't want to change. I really wanted to wear it. It's so cozy. So for this recap, I started to keep track week by week from 14 weeks all the way up until 21 weeks, like kind of like my symptoms that I went through. And then I just like completely stopped for some reason. A lot of the symptoms were repeating, so I kind of just like stopped updating, and then I completely just forgot about it. So I'll kind of go over everything week by week, but then at the end, like I'll just like say overall some of the symptoms I was feeling towards the end of the second trimester. And then I figured we could go over some like body changes that I've seen, and like weight gain, and just mood swings, all the fun pregnancy things. So yeah, it depends on who you ask, whose doctor you go to or whatever. But for me, my doctor said 14 weeks is the start of the second trimester. I know some people say 12, some people say 13, but for me, my doctor said 14, so that's what we're going with. So 14 weeks, I wrote down that I was still tired. To go back to the first trimester, I didn't have a bad first trimester. It was actually really easy, I feel like, other than just being tired all the time. And it wasn't even like extreme exhaustion like people talk about. Like, I just needed a nap during the day, and then I would go to bed a little earlier at night, but I wasn't like needing to sleep all day long. So when I entered 14 weeks, I noticed that I was still wanting to take naps on my lunch break, but that didn't last very long because I did start to get a lot of energy during my second trimester. And then I wrote down I was hungry, which I was hungry 24/7 in my first trimester, so that carried over to the second trimester. And then I noticed that I was getting up to pee a lot in the night, which now-ish I'm only at like 1 to 2 times, but I remember like the beginning I was like peeing like 3 to 4 times a night, which is a lot for me, because if I had it my way pre-pregnancy, I don't get up to pee in the middle of the night. Even if I have to pee, I will hold it, but I could not hold it. So then moving to 15 weeks, I wrote I was less tired, and it was starting to become uncomfortable to sleep, which has just carried throughout the whole second trimester. Insomnia, always. I put that. I remember I had such bad insomnia the first trimester and beginning of the second trimester. I would fall asleep fine, but then I would wake up at like 2 or something and be up till like 6 because I just couldn't go back to sleep, and I don't miss that at all. I haven't had insomnia for a while. I started to get acne, which I felt like my skin has done really well during this pregnancy. Like, I'll get a few breakouts every now and then, but for the most part, I feel like it's looked really well. But this week I had some acne and some constipation as well, which has been a trend throughout my whole pregnancy, which is very, very typical and normal for pregnancies, just because everything's being pushed, you know, in your stomach. I'm out of breath. That's one that I need to put down, but I don't know if I did. I'm out of breath a lot when I talk, especially when I vlog. I like have to sit there and like catch my breath before I can even talk. And then for 16 weeks, I wrote forgetful with a lot of exclamation points. I would literally think like, hey, I need to get up and like take the trash out. I would literally stand up like 2 seconds later, start walking, and then I'd be like, wait, what am I doing? I would like forget like that. And it was so annoying. Like, I would do it all day. I didn't understand how I could forget so fast. I feel like I'm still forgetful now, but not as like fast as 3 seconds forgetful. So it's gotten better, but I remember those few weeks I was like, what is going on? I don't understand. 16 weeks I wrote low back pain, waking up congested, which I'm still doing that. I'll wake up with I can't breathe through my nose, or my throat hurts or something. It hasn't happened a lot, but it's happened a few times. And I guess during week 16 at our appointment, I learned that I have an anterior placenta, which means the placenta is in front of the baby, which isn't like a bad thing or anything. It's just another position for the placenta to be in. Some people have posterior, anterior, like down here, I don't know what that's called, but for an anterior placenta, it just kind of means that it's going to take probably longer to feel the baby move, or if you're like early on in pregnancy, like it could take a little longer to actually like hear the baby's heartbeat and stuff. So yeah, I wrote that down for some reason. 17 weeks, I wrote forgetful with even more exclamation points than I did before. Hungry all the time. I remember I would literally eat all the time, but I would never feel full. It was just a constant thing of me just eating. I started feeling like I was waddling, which I do waddle a lot now, I've noticed. I put waddling, especially after standing or taking stairs. And then I wrote more clumsy - tripping. I also put nesting because I think this is when I just like wanted to get the whole entire house cleaned. And so I felt like that I was just in my nesting phase. And then 18 weeks, I had painful hips during and after our walks. I didn't write this down, but I didn't work out the first trimester, honestly, because I was just scared for some reason. Like, I know it's 100% safe to work out and it's actually encouraged, but I still was just like so nervous to work out. So I waited to start working out until the second trimester, but I wrote painful hips during and after walk / working out. But I remember I was on a walk one time and my hips just hurt so bad, and I didn't understand why, because they have never felt like that before. And me and the dogs did walk the whole entire first trimester and it never felt like that. But just after that one walk, my hip, can I talk? My hips hurt so bad. And then I also wrote down a song was always stuck in my head, and I put I don't know when this started, and it hasn't happened to me in a while, but I felt like there had to be a song playing in my head 24/7, and it would literally drive me insane. It could be a song that I hadn't heard in like 7 years, and it would just pop up in my head and I would be stuck in my head for hours until a new song would get stuck in my head. It was just, it was so annoying. Luckily that hasn't happened in a while. The most annoying ones are like the commercial ones. You didn't even know that you knew that commercial song, but then it gets stuck in your head for 3 days and you're like, get out of my head. That was a weird symptom. And then at 18 weeks, I felt her first little kicks. I think I maybe felt a few kicks one night and then I didn't feel them again for another few days. But some people say like the first kicks you feel are like butterflies in your stomach or like gas bubbles or something like that. But to me, it literally didn't feel like that. It felt like a muscle spasm kind of, and it felt like an actual like kick, like my stomach like moved. And then during week 18, I started drinking warm lemon water in the mornings, which helped so much with like constipation and stuff. If you watch my vlogs, I talked about it in one of my vlogs and went over why I drink warm lemon water, and it's helped so much with that area, you know, and getting me back to being regular. And it just, you're experiencing pregnancy constipation or just constipation in general or just anything digestive or anything like that, just look up the benefits of drinking warm lemon water. It's amazing. During 19 weeks, I wrote down dizzy and feeling off balance. I don't really remember that happening, but apparently it did because I wrote it down. And then we had our anatomy scan at the end of 19 weeks. I was 19 weeks, 4 days when we had our anatomy scan, and we ended up finding out the gender that evening and found out we were having Miss Baby Girl. I knew my freaking battery was gonna die. That's so annoying. Let me change the battery. Okay. I think I was on week 20. So I wrote down feeling much more movement, and I also wrote down tired / feeling lazy. For 21 weeks, I wrote my boobs started leaking, which hasn't happened since like around this time, but I remember I would just be sitting there and I would like look down, or I would feel like my shirt, there would be like little wet spots, and I was just, my boobs were leaking, which is normal, but it only happened for like a few weeks and it hasn't happened since. So I don't know. I had some pelvic pain. This would happen like at night, I think, if I remember right, after like just being on my feet all day, or when I would go lay down in bed, I feel like my pelvic would just hurt. And then I also wrote feeling movement throughout the entire day, because when I first started like like feeling her kick, I would only feel her kick when I was laying down in bed at night or when I would go lay on the couch in the mornings. Those were the only 2 times I would like feel her. But apparently during week 21, I started to feel her throughout the entire day. And then that's all that I did weekly. But other symptoms, or whatever you want to call them, that I wrote down that I know I experienced in the second trimester is back pain, which is more recent. Like if I'm doing too much walking around or just like cleaning or like grocery shopping and stuff, like my lower back, it will literally feel like it's just gonna break in half. It's not a fun feeling, and I really need to look into getting one of those belly bands. I need to look on Amazon to see what I can find. And then I put uncomfortable, which has mainly been in the last like 2-ish weeks, which again goes with like when I'm doing too much. If I'm like cleaning or on a long walk or something, I just start to feel so uncomfortable, and I'll be uncomfortable the rest of the day. No matter if like I'm laying on the couch trying to rest, I'll just be uncomfortable. And I've had some leg cramps while in bed. I haven't had many of these, and I've only had one Charlie horse that has woken me up and hurt like heck, but you just like flex your foot and it gets rid of it pretty fast. But I have had some experiences where I can feel them coming on, and so I just immediately start flexing my foot and they go away. Hi, I'm filming. Do you mind? Do you mind? I also wrote down getting harder to sleep. I'm not experiencing like insomnia anymore really, but it's just getting uncomfortable to sleep. I have been sleeping a lot better ever since I got the pregnancy pillow from Amazon, which I'll link down in the description because I love this pregnancy pillow. But here in the last like week, I have not been sleeping the best. I think it really just boils down to, before pregnancy, I was a stomach sleeper like through the entire night. If I ever changed, it would like be to like my side, and I think that's my problem. I just wish I could sleep on my stomach right now, and I can't, and so it's just so uncomfortable. And then like I can only stay on one side for so long until I have to flip to the other side, and it's a whole 5-minute process with a pregnancy pillow and like 3 other pillows that I have in between my legs to flip to the other side. So then by the time I flip to the other side, I'm awake, and then it's hard to go back to sleep. And then you can only flip side to side so many times throughout the night before you just are done sleeping on your side. And then so you want to sleep on your back, but you can't sleep flat on your back. You have to be at like a little bit of an angle, and like getting that perfect angle is just exhausting. And so it's just getting so much harder to sleep at night, and I'm just gonna be so excited to be able to sleep on my stomach again when baby girl is here. Let's just say that. One other symptom, I guess you could call it, I don't even know, but I have found myself getting annoyed so easily at the littlest things, like my husband. Like when people text me, I don't know, like I'm not annoyed at the person, I'm just like, why are you trying to talk to me? Like I get so annoyed, and I've never felt like that in my entire life when people text me. So I don't understand. I mean, obviously everything I feel like is related to pregnancy right now, so don't take it personal if like you know me personally and you text me and I either don't like respond to you or like I'm short. It's just like I physically can't. I cannot text at the moment. It's so weird because Jared will be gone at work for 2 days, and like while he's gone, some days we won't even like really text unless it's like good morning, and then the next time we text is like when I'm telling him good night or he's telling me good night, just because like I just don't feel like texting and I don't understand it. And then it'll be like 2 days have gone by that he's at work and he comes home, and like I was excited to see him before he got home, and then he gets home and he's been home for like 2 minutes, and I'm like thinking, okay, can you like please go back to work? You've already like annoyed the shit out of me. Which sounds so bad, but I don't know what it is. Like that's never been me. Like before like these last like few weeks of my annoyance stage, I'm so excited to see him home and have him home, you know, but these last few weeks, I don't know. Let me know if any of you guys have experienced this, getting so easily annoyed with the littlest things or the dumbest things. I feel so bad, and I never like express my annoyance. I just like keep it to myself because I don't want to like make anybody else feel bad, but it's just the weirdest thing. So if you guys know what I'm talking about, let me know down in the comments, because I cannot be the only pregnant person that has been through this. I know I cannot. I need some reassurance, please. And then really that's all for symptoms. So now we can get into like body changes and stuff like that. Here within the last week, I have started to get stretch marks on my lower belly, and it's not a lot, it's just like a few on each side, which is not surprising to me at all. Like I've talked about this in a vlog, like I have had stretch marks before I was even pregnant. I gained like 50 pounds in college and then I lost a lot of weight. So when I gained that weight, I got stretch marks on my stomach, on my boobs. So I was fully expecting to get stretch marks during pregnancy because they are genetic. And if it's in your genes, you're just gonna get stretch marks no matter what you do. I do use like a body lotion and a body oil like almost every night. Not like trying to prevent stretch marks because again, I knew I was gonna get them, but just to like help my skin stretch more easily and not be so tight and like itchy and stuff. I'll link the belly butter lotion and the body oil that I use down in the description because I love it so much. But just know that using that stuff doesn't prevent you from getting stretch marks. It's in your genes. You're probably going to get stretch marks. And you can get stretch marks even after you deliver your baby. So it is what it is. Stretch marks are just a reminder that you grew a freaking human in your body for 10 months and you earned those marks. Like, I think my stretch marks are cute, honestly. Like my new ones, I think they're so cute and I'm not ashamed of them at all. And also I have gained like 25-ish pounds, I think. I don't exactly remember or know actually what I weighed pre-pregnancy because I didn't ever weigh myself, but just by like estimating from off the last time I did weigh myself, like earlier this year, I would say yeah, I've gained like 25 to 30-ish pounds maybe, and I finally have went over 200 pounds for the first time in my life, which again, I kind of fully expected just because the way I've been eating. My first entire trimester, she wanted me to eat nothing but fast food and ice cream, so I kind of expected I was going to be gaining a lot of weight, which I didn't even gain a lot of weight my first trimester. My first trimester, I gained like maybe 7 pounds, but the majority of my weight gain has been in the second trimester, which I'm not at all worried about either. Like, I am actually so excited for my postpartum journey and to like start working out and losing all this weight again, because I have like here in the last few days started feeling very uncomfortable with my weight, not like dressing wise or anything like that, but like I can notice when I'm going to sit down in the bathtub, like my legs just feel so much thicker than what they were, and it's just like an uncomfortable feeling. So I can definitely tell that I've gained some weight, but I'm not worried about it. I have seen people get pregnant and like lose all their baby weight and look even better postpartum than what they did before they had a baby. So I'm not worried about that at all. Like, I'm very excited for my postpartum journey. So yeah, and going along with that, a lot of my clothes don't fit anymore. Like even my sweatpants, like I thought, oh, it's gonna be so nice to be pregnant during the winter because I won't have to buy any new clothes. I can just wear my sweats all the time and just like not pull them over my belly, because I knew I was gonna get a big belly, but I could just like wear them down here. But it is honestly so uncomfortable to even wear my sweats under my belly because they're like getting tighter. And so I have been having to buy like extra large sweats and stuff, which I just got a new pair from Walmart that are so comfortable, and those I can actually wear over my belly. So I have been having to buy new clothes. I don't necessarily buy a lot of maternity stuff. I just kind of buy extra large things. So yeah, we'll see what I can get away with like not having to buy, but for right now I've had to purchase a few extra sweats and some sweatshirts. This is one of them. I got it off of Amazon and I'm obsessed. Link down below. I also have an Amazon storefront down below too if you want to check that out, because I have a whole pregnancy section and like a clothing section if that's something you guys are interested in. And then to go along with my bump, at my last doctor's appointment a few days ago, my OB told me that I am measuring ahead. You like lay on your back and they measure your belly. He didn't really necessarily say what it was. He just said you're 3 ahead of what you are actually at. So I'm taking that as I'm measuring 3 weeks ahead, which is crazy because at that point I was like 27 weeks and I would have been measuring 30 weeks if that's what he's talking about. So yeah, I don't know exactly what that means, but he did have me schedule an extra sono, which I'm not mad about because it's just another chance for me to see baby girl. So I'll have that in a few weeks and see what's going on in there. When we were at our anatomy scan, when I was 19 weeks 4 days, baby was measuring in the 57th percentile, so just above average. So I'm hoping she's still around that size because I don't want a big baby, but obviously if she's a big baby and she's healthy, like I don't care what we have. But it's just weird that she was measuring average and now I'm measuring like 3 weeks ahead. So I don't know if that necessarily has to do with the baby or if that has to do with just my belly or fluid or what's going on in there. So we will see see in a few weeks. I stopped working out recently because it was just getting so uncomfortable. I don't think I've worked out for like 3 weeks now, but I still like take the dogs on walks very often. I still walk on my treadmill, do incline walking and stuff like that. And I'll try to do some stretching, like some yoga stretches and stuff, but I don't like do like my workout weighted dumbbell pregnancy videos anymore. I feel like she is down low a lot, and so it just is a lot of pressure, and that's just not very fun to work out through. And yeah, I wrote down that I still walk, but that is even getting hard for me sometimes. And again, I mainly think it's because she's just so low and there's a lot of pressure there, but also walking 2 dogs that like to walk fast and at their old pace, and I cannot walk at that pace anymore. So I'm constantly having to tell them to slow down and walk slower for me. So just like even walking has starting to become even a lot more difficult for me than what it was before. And I also feel like when I'm on my walks, I'm having a lot more pain in my shins. It's almost like a 90% chance every time I walk, I'm gonna have shin splints or whatever those are, like pain in my shin. I don't know why. And then the last time I walked, my feet hurt so bad, which I have like good walking shoes. I have Hoka's, and I got them not that long ago, like maybe in March or April. So they're not even a year old yet, and they had just been hurting my feet, which they never felt uncomfortable to me before, except when I first got them and I was breaking them in. So I'm like, do I already need to get freaking new walking shoes? Because I know you only should like put so many miles on them, and I don't know how many miles I have on these shoes, but I'm like, I can't need new walking shoes already because I don't want to spend another $150 on shoes in the same year. That's crazy. I don't know. I need to look into it. But yeah, that's basically all I have wrote down. We are having our second baby shower a week from today. We had our first baby shower 2 weeks ago today. We got a bunch of stuff, and I'm looking forward to our next baby shower. I'm so excited. I'm very excited to get this room done. It already looks so much different than what it did before. I don't know if you can see behind me, but Jared went through and like taped everything off. He put up plastic over the doors and the windows, and we bought a spray gun, and we're gonna spray paint this room hopefully tomorrow, maybe even tonight. I don't know. It's daylight savings time tonight. We get an extra hour, so maybe we'll spend that extra hour painting. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this video. I just wanted to share like everything that I've experienced through the second trimester, and it's literally crazy to me to think that when I'm filming my third trimester recap, I will be sitting here with my daughter, which is so insane. It's coming down to the wire. I'm just so excited. It's especially gonna go even faster since it's like coming up on the holidays, and you know how fast the holidays go. And then right after the holidays, I'm on baby watch, basically. I hope you guys liked this video. I hope it helped any expecting mama out there wanting to know what to expect possibly throughout the second trimester. So yeah, if you guys did like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. I respond to all my comments, so let's chat. If you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you never miss a future upload from me. And I guess until next time, I will see you in my next video. Bye guys, thanks for watching. Go out and make the world smile.